people, top of the day. Oh, my other pen. Trina Betwabu. Sawubona. Sawubona means I see you, I acknowledge you. Titi, Betwabu. All right, beautiful people. Betwabu. I tell you what is really exciting. Reading through here, through the Old Testament, where true prophecy is at, and being able to see it happening right now. That transition that the prophets talk about, that a lot of the prophets long to see this day, bruh. We are in those transitioning days. Yivo Sawu Bona Yaya Tiffany. All right, y'all. Today we are reading Isaiah 22, 23, and 24. Man, I tell y'all, every day, like, seriously, I'm looking like, all right, what is going on? Like, people, for some reason, well, I get it. They just can't see. Even believers, those who go to church, those who claim to be prophets and apostles and all this stuff, is like, why can't you see what's going on? You know, but, yeah. They fighting some people, the descendants of the people who enslave Yahuwah's people. A lot of them don't know what's going on because they have inherited lies, just like the prophets told us they would say. You can find that in the book of Jeremiah. They don't know what's going on there. We didn't do this. Our ancestors did this. They enslaved. We had nothing to do with this. But see, I get that. Just like we're in this position because of what our ancestors did. Yahuwah said the sentence must be carried out. Just like y'all, a lot of y'all, some of them will not serve a harsh sentence. They will actually come with us. They are on our side. But it's some hard times ahead for those who are in current leadership, the people who have been in the oppressing positions, because the guard is changing and now the authority is going to switch. Just watch the coming days and this transition over the coming weeks and the coming years and what happens. You're going to begin to see more righteous judgments take place, more righteous people get in office. And that's the thing, that's what scripture talks about all the way through. It talks about government. Yahuwah setting up his government on the earth so that righteous judgment may be done at all times. Now, you still gonna have some rebels out there. They doing this, people kicking back, and some people know they fighting tooth and nail because they don't want the guard to change. But it's not up to them. Yah has already declared it, and it's happening, y'all. So I'm excited to be alive today. I really am. I truly, really am. All right, y'all. So Isaiah 22, 23, and 24. It is Wednesday, June the 10th, 2020, day 169. Guys, we are almost at 200 days again. Like, this is the second time reading through. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead. I ain't going to run my mouth too much. I'm just going to go ahead and read this today. The reading is short. These chapters in Isaiah are pretty short, so I know the readings have been like 10 to 15 minutes the last week or so. All right. Isaiah 22. The burden of the valley of vision. What aileth thee now, that thou art wholly going up to the housetops, that thou art full of stirs, a tumultuous city, a joyous city? Thy slain men are not slain with the sword, nor dead in battle. All thy rulers are fled together. They are bound by the archers. All that are found in thee are bound together, which have fled from afar. Therefore said I, look away from me. I will weep bitterly. Labor not to comfort me, because of the spoiling of the daughter of my people. For it is a day of trouble, of a treading down, and of perplexity by Yahuwah, the God of hosts, in the valley of vision, breaking down the walls, and of crying to the mountains. And Elam bare the quiver with chariots of men and horsemen, and Ker uncovered the shield. And it shall come to pass that thy choicest valley shall be full of chariots, and the horsemen shall set themselves in array at the gate. And he discovered the covering of Judah, and thou didst look in that day to the armor of the house of the forest. Ye have seen also the breaches of the city of David, that they are many, and ye gathered together the waters of the lower pool. And ye have numbered the houses of Jerusalem, and the houses ye have broken down to fortify the wall. Ye made also a ditch between the two walls for the water of the old pool, but ye have not looked unto the maker thereof, neither had respect unto him that fashioned it long ago. And in that day did Yahuwah, the God of hosts, call to weeping, and to mourning, and to baldness, and to girding with sackcloth. And behold, joy and gladness, slaying oxen and killing sheep, eating flesh and drinking wine. Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we shall die. And it was revealed in my ears by Yahuwah of hosts, surely this iniquity shall not be purged from you till you die, saith Yahuwah, the God of hosts. Thus saith Yahuwah, the God of hosts, go, get thee unto this treasurer, even unto Shebna, which is over thy house, and say, what hast thou here, and whom hast thou here? And thou hast hewed thee out a sepulchre here, as he that hewed him out a sepulchre on high, and that graveth a habitation for himself in a rock. Behold, Yahuwah will carry thee away with a mighty captivity, and will surely cover thee. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country. There shalt thou die, and there shall thy chariots of glory shall be the shame of thy Lord's house. And I will drive thee from thy station, and from thy state he shall pull thee down. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will call my servant Eliakim the son of Hilkiah, and I will clothe him with thy robe, and strengthen him with thy girdle, and I will commit thy government into his hand. Look at that, look at that. I didn't even read today's reading today, talking about the government. Oh, I tell you. And I will clothe him with thy robe, and strengthen him with thy girdle. And I will commit thy government into his hand, and he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder, so he shall open and none shall shut, and he shall shut and none shall open. And I will fasten him as a nail in a sure place, and he shall be for a glorious throne to his father's house. And they shall hang upon him all the glory of his father's house, the offspring and the issue, all vessels of small quantity, from the vessels of cups, even to all the vessels of flagons. In that day, saith Yahuwah of hosts, shall the nail that is fastened in the sure place be removed and be cut off, for Yahuwah hath spoken it. Isaiah chapter 23. The burden of Tyre. Howl, ye ships of Tarshish, for it is laid waste, so that there is no house, no entering in from the land of Chittim. It is revealed to them. Be still, ye inhabitants of the isles, thou whom the merchants of Zidon that pass over the sea have replenished. And by great waters the seed of Sihor, the harvest of the river, is her revenue, and she is a mart of nations. Be thou ashamed, O Zidon, for the sea hath spoken, even the strength of the sea, saying, I travail not, nor bring forth children, neither do I nourish up young men, nor bring up virgins. As at the report concerning Egypt, so shall they be sorely pained at the report of Tyre. Pass ye over to Tarshish, howl ye inhabitants of the isle. Is this your joyous city, whose antiquity is of ancient days? Her own feet shall carry her afar. Her own feet shall carry her afar off to sojourn. Who have taken this counsel against Tyre, the crowning city, whose merchants are princes, whose traffickers are the honorable of the earth? Yahuwah of hosts hath purposed it, to stain the pride of all glory, and to bring into contempt all the honorable of the earth. Pass through thy land as a river, or daughter of Tarshish. There is no more strength. He stretched out his hand over the sea. He shook the kingdoms. Yahuwah hath given a commandment against the merchant city, to destroy the strongholds thereof. And he said, Thou shalt no more rejoice, O thou oppressed virgin, daughter of Zion. Arise, pass over to Chittim. There also shalt thou have no rest. Behold the land of the Chaldeans. This people was not till the Assyrian founded it, for them that dwell in the wilderness. They set up the towers thereof, they raised up the palaces thereof, and he brought it to ruin. Howl, ye ships of Tarshish, for your strength is laid waste. And it shall come to pass in that day that Tyre shall be forgotten 70 years, according to the days of one king. After the end of 70 years shall Tyre sing as a harlot. Take a harp, go about the city, thou harlot that has been forgotten. Make sweet melody, sing many songs, that thou mayest be remembered. And it shall come to pass after the end of 70 years that Yahuwah will visit Tyre, and she shall turn to her hire, and shall commit fornication with all the kingdoms of the world upon the face of the earth. And her merchandise and her hire shall be holiness to Yahuwah. It shall not be treasured nor laid up, for her merchandise shall be for them that dwell before Yahuwah, to eat sufficiently and for durable clothing. Last chapter for today, y'all, Isaiah chapter 24. Behold, Yahuwah maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahuwah hath spoken his word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. A new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets cease. The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the harp cease. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. If y'all are familiar with the book of Revelation, some of this will sound familiar, because some of this you will also find that they have taken and put in the book of Revelation. It is short and powerful, Tiffany. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahuwah. Then shall they shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore glory ye, Yahuwah, in the fires, even the name of Yahuwah, the God of Israel, in the isles of the sea. For the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous, excuse me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass, excuse me, that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Notice how he's saying the earth. He's not talking about a particular place or a nation of Babylon. He's talking about the entire earth, because the entire earth has been defiled by the foolish people who live in it. Remember, I think we read through it already, but we're going to read it again. Yahuwah said the entire human race is foolish. And they all are sinning. He said, and when he goes through and he purges the earth, there will be a small remnant of people who are left on it. And you know what? We rebuild from there. And the earth will be populated in righteousness this time, because there will be those who are left that have seen what Yahuwah has done to clean this place up, and all the warnings and the long suffering that he has had with the people, with the children of the earth, with humans. And it shall come to pass in that day, Yahuwah shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison after many days. They shall be visited. Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when Yahuwah of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously. And that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. That was Isaiah 22, 23, and 24. What is happening? Yahuwah is telling you what is happening. I'm adding that as my Facebook tagline. Which one? Tiffany, which verse? What you adding as your tagline? I'll probably see it though. But all right, beautiful people, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you missed it, remember this is always recorded. If you want to hear me talk, you can just hit play once it's posted, or you can just go back and read it yourself, or turn on your Bible app or something and just listen to it from another voice. All right, y'all. It is Wednesday, June the 10th, 2020, day 169. And like I just said, we read Isaiah 22, 23, and 24. Let's go right to the blessing found in Numbers chapter 6, verses 22 through 27. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, May Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. The whole earth is foolish. Okay, that tagline. Yeah. All right, y'all. I love you, and I will see you bright and early in the morning. Peace.